Are you a man now? Why don't you go to Mutapa building like I did? In case you don't know, I went to the president's office twice. First time when Mugabe was around, before he was ousted through a coup. The second time, it was when President Mnangagwa took office. This is not something I'm making now. I went to his offices with a letter, and I entered his office, and I said, you are sending security people to stalk me. Your people are harassing me every time I'm leaving the country through the airport. I hear you are looking for me. I'm here. I've come to present myself. I did that. And I said, there are reasons why I criticize your government. You don't have to send security personnel, CIOs, military intelligence operatives to look for me. I am not a fugitive of justice. I'm a preacher. I'm found in public spaces. But in case you haven't thought about it, to invite me, I'm here by myself. I'm here to tell you that the things I preach about, they are what constitutes the doctrine of God. You say this nation worships the God of heaven. You took office and you took an oath through the Bible. My messages are coming from the very Bible you took an oath using. You are not allowed to kill people. So I wrote this letter to President Mnangagwa. I did not meet with him. I met with him with his private secretary. And she said, I'll give this letter to the president. And I said to her, you can talk to him wherever he is. Tell him the guy is here. One of the reasons why I am here, it is because if you continue stalking me, the fear of who is following me is actually bigger than the fear of death itself, because I'm not afraid of dying. So you are sending 4 or 5 vehicles to follow my cars. The advantage you have now is I'm here. If you want me to put my head on the block, show me the log. You can cut me now, and I have people here, they will carry my body. It's not going to be a problem. We are not afraid of speaking the law of God, the mind of God, giving wise counsel even to politicians, because that is the right thing. We were the only people in Zimbabwe to challenge and to take the government to task over human rights abuses. They tried to kill me twice because of that. And here, I have a list of people that were murdered on 1 August 2018, soon after the elections. They were shot by the military. The current vice president was the commander of the defense forces, which means these people were murdered at his command. Sylvia Maposa, Ishmael Kumire, Gavin Dean Charles, James Chikandira, Brian Joao, Challenge Tauro. These are the people who were murdered on 1 August by the army. President Mnangagwa constituted the Motlanthe Commission. And the Motlanthe Commission, after months of hearing testimonies from different people, released a report. In that report, the Motlanthe Commission said the army killed these people. There is no church in Zimbabwe which has condemned the 1 August killings except Jesus Revelation Ministries. We are the only people who openly challenged it, and we said, we are not sheep on the slaughter. The government cannot kill its own people. That is not governance. Until today, President Mnangagwa has not issued a public apology. Neither has Vice President Chiwenga, who was the CDF, the commander of the defense forces at that time. Because of these speeches, they tried to kill me twice. And through the assassination attempts, I lost my wife. Got seriously injured, have gone through 9 surgeries to date because of my open speech against barbarism, abuse of power, the militarization of the public service, the abuse of state resources, and the constant disappearance of opposition politicians in Zimbabwe. Among other things, among other people, this is another list of the people murdered in Zimbabwe by the state. Tichaona Chiminya, Talent Mabika, Tonjera Indira, Itai Dzamara, More Blessing Ali, Bishop Tafumane, Archford Shipio, Ngoni Knight, Gibbs Chironga, Tapiwa Mganda, Tabita Marume, Dadirai Chipiro, Hama Madamombe, Beta Chokururama, Kenny Nyeve, Godfrey Kauzani, Alex Chisiri, Tapiwa Meda, Joseph Muzuramende, Godfrey Jemedze, Wilson Emmanuel, Fishuraidoff. I think they forgot to put Mbonen Nwe. These are some of the people murdered by the state in Zimbabwe. They hunted me for months and they tried to kill me many times until I had to leave my own country. Hopping from one country to another as I'm doing now, not because of anything. I was never looking for a job. I don't need a job. I've got my own businesses and I'm a preacher of the word. No one can employ me right now. Even if I was going to look for a job, no one can pay me the money that I would need for a salary. The reason why we are speaking like this, it is because Zimbabwe is unsafe for its people. I had employees when I was in Zimbabwe that I was paying in my business. I had to shut down some of my business operations because it wasn't viable to run it from outside the country. Those people are now jobless. They lived on my money that I was paying them because we were doing business with them. They were employees. Now, if you want to help Zimbabweans, would you fight with the South Africans who are saying their home is not in order and you are not making things better? Go home. The president is abusing power. He doesn't have to kill us to prove that he's not abusing power. He simply needs to prove us wrong by doing things right. It is not a crime to criticize your president. South Africans criticize their president all the time, and they don't find their lives under any threat. Our government is barbaric, and our government is too authoritarian. So, the Jews in Exodus chapter 3 are in trouble. If you read Exodus chapter 1, they were being abused by Egyptians. And what happens is that the Jews prayed and cried to God. And God spoke to Moses. And he said what in verse 7?
And the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people, which are in Egypt, and have heard in their cry by reason of their taskmasters. For I know their sorrows, and I am come down to deliver them.
Verse number 7 again.
And the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people which are in Egypt.
So the Jews were in a foreign land. The Jews were Hebrews. Yes. Their own country was Israel, the land of Canaan. But now they are in Egypt.
Yes. And
the Egyptians started abusing the Hebrews. And what did the Jews do?
And they've heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrows. So
the Jews cried to God. And the Jews were full of sorrows.
Yes.
Let us see if God sent people to criticize Egyptians on social media. Tell Egyptians to have the spirit of Ubuntu, Pan-Egyptianism or Pan-Africanism, whatever you want to call it. I told you I'm here to tell you the truth of God now.
Yes.
These are foreigners in a foreign land.
Yes.
they feel that they are not treated well. Like Zimbabweans,
Yes.
like Nigerians, like Ghanaians, like the Congolese.
Yes.
We are being abused by South Africans. We are treated as foreigners. You are foreigners. Don't confuse the two. You are foreigners.
Yes.
You cannot say borders are a colonial construct. The 1884 Berlin Conference construct only when it suits you. Zvekuti mabhodha akabva kuvarungu ngazvirege kungozoshanda bedzi kana makuda kugara munyika musiri menyu.
All right.
We told you we don't need people with selective amnesia. These borders, you are saying they are a colonial construct. They work for you. You love them. They gave you power to call these minerals your own minerals. You say gold is ours, diamonds are ours. You are using the borders. So the borders are important when you are corrupt and stealing state resources for your personal gain. But when you want to stay in another country where you are now unwelcome, you say Africa had no borders before the Berlin Conference. Selective amnesia, selective application of Pan-Africanism. We are not hypocrites like some of you. If we need to do away with the borders, let's do it once and for all. Kana iri nguva yekuti une mombe dziri kusisa mukaka, unotengesera mukaka wopa next door, utengesa dora pekapu, dora pekapu. Kana mombe dzako dzisisina mukaka, wakuda muriwo, wakukrosa muganhu weyadhi yako, unotemha muriwo ku next door, oti zvemadhunduri zvine miganhu zvakauya nevarungu. Now, some of these people who claimed to be educated, they are now exposing themselves that education has failed to make them wiser. Yes. Are you a Pan-Africanist now? Huh? Vouya here kwachiadzwa kuma South Africans tichiti zvemabhodha ndezvevarungu. Vouya here kwachiadzwa uko. Vouya here kumazowe kumakombe egoridhe uko. Mazamazama ari muMpumalanga muya. Vouya here kumazowe kunochera goridhe. Since zvemabhodha zviri zvevarungu. Saka zvemabhodha muzvide makazvivenga kutanga rini. So, as you look at the scripture on the screen, Hebrews cried to God because they were afflicted by Egyptian taskmasters. And God says, I know your sorrows. Let's find out if God sent a commission, a human rights commission to Egypt to mend relations between foreigners and locals, stay together peacefully, Pan-Africanism, Pan-Middle Easternism. Verse 8.
And I am come down to deliver them out of the land of the Egyptians.
To go where?
Out of the hand of the Egyptians.
Yes.
And to bring them up out of that land unto a good land, and a large, unto a land flowing with milk and honey, unto the place of the Canaanites.
Yes.
And the